Yes, sir.
What's up, guys?
Yes. This DJ will kick the floor in three, two, 1.
On the troll.
You know the funny thing is that I do all this and my mic is not in front of me. Yes, guys, we have an issue of mics here. The stands are not good. We need those moving stands, which eventually we will get. That's why you would hear me moving up and down and all that. Because I had prepared everything and all of a sudden I have to do it again, that preparation, because I just didn't have a mic with me. That's how bad things are.
Can I be honest, family? Welcome to Mzansi Reality YouTube channel. I always think every time I listen to General MKHWANAZI that, today I'm going to cover everything, but today was worse. Today I was so overwhelmed with everything that he was saying. Today was indeed the final day, day 3 of his testimony. And today, like, even people I did not think about, Mr. Anonymous. People that I was like, so far, not much has been spoken about what is going on with them, but the details.
Just to recap where we will go, obviously we'll have to cover that tomorrow. As you can see, I said this is part 1 of part 3.
Yeah, we'll have to do it in 3 parts.
So we'll break it into 3 parts because we don't want you to miss anything and we want you to understand properly. So we are going to confine ourselves into the first part, which on its own, it's higher grade of some note. But there is this tendency of, I don't know, a black sheep?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Once the name Zuma has been called, people just lose it. Like, yeah, here comes the problem.
People
and how they have distorted the history of who hired MKHWANAZI and who fired MKHWANAZI. It was only today that, for me, it was clear that he did not. MKHWANAZI decided to leave on the basis that what they wanted him to do, he was not ready to do. And it was not former President Zuma who wanted him to do that.
It was Minister of Police then, which was Natim Tetwa, right?
Exactly. But, the name comes in and all of a sudden, everyone is not guilty. There's only one guilty part. I've been noticing that.
You know what I have realized is that even the party itself has been playing this. Now that the person that they used to scapegoat all the time is no longer there, and it's time now for everything to be out there, and they cannot say it's Zuma's fault anymore. He's no longer there. So everything is just...
Yeah. But let me tell you, there are still, for the lack of a better word, there are still people who really are going to dig him there, wherever he is.
Yeah,
it's not a problem. There are things that indeed went wrong under his command.
Yes.
But to actually go as far as using this to ignore the evidence that you are being given, it's overwhelming, and it's for the people you love, such that you really focus on one name that has been called as a person who was presiding as a president that year. And just because MKHWANAZI said that, comments were buzzing. Yes, Zuma.
Did you guys know that MKHWANAZI back then in 2011, he was called by President Zuma to come and be the acting national commissioner after the then national commissioner was, I think, suspended at the time? Did you guys know that?
It should worry us that the people that this so-called criminal that has been painted to us, I'm just going to say it. I love people that are hated by the Western media.
Mm-hmm.
I love those people because they really represent us, those people. You know, not the ones that are buying the faces, you know, and now and then people will say, hey, I'm scared of so and so. Next thing, they are seen having wines together. But I like people who are hated by Western media because those are people who are really fighting for us.
Was it Samora Machel who said that when you see your enemies praising me, you must know that I have betrayed you?
Exactly. The day we are ready to actually talk about the so-called heroes that
South Africa is not ready.
we are not ready, and that is the problem, Emil. That is why we are going to swim in this what we are swimming with on now, because we focus on issues that we shouldn't be focusing on. You know, any person that is hated by the Western media, that person is for us. Any person that is loved and is a darling of the Western media, that person is not for us.
Take notes.
Take note of that.
Did you
Any
guys,
person that is aired by the media, that person is not for us. Any person that is persecuted by the media, that person is mostly for us.
they're fighting for us.
Mm.
And they're hated for it. And did you guys also know that at the time that President Zuma was appointing General MKHWANAZI, he had to give him the title of general so that he can be the acting national commissioner? So at the time when he did this, the DA accused him of corruption. Did you guys know that?
Exactly. People easily forget. And these corruptions, they added up. Okay, let me ask you this. Haven't you noticed that this so corrupt president appointed people whom we call as heroes today?
People that were capable, people that were visionaries, people that were
Let's talk about
leading.
Brian Molefe,
Yes. Even Matsila
Matsila Koku. Let's talk about Mogoeng,
Yes. Mogoeng.
MKHWANAZI. Those are people that were elevated by this man in this position. But yes, this man is the most corrupt man in the world. But these are people that we look at and say these are heroes actually.
These people were actually fighting things.
Some of them even today are still fighting. Mogoeng, he had to take a 4 months leave so that certain decision can be taken, in my opinion,
Yes.
in his absence. But
He's
it's okay.
the one who told us that the judiciary is going to be captured because similar offers were coming to him and he was declining them.
He told us before.
He warned us.
If it was according to me, Mogoeng would have stayed even more. You know, I don't understand. We have imqhiliba yogogo abagugile namakhehla aphusha ama-mandate abo abanye abasakhoni nokuhamba. Mogoeng looks a bit fresh, but to kiss you. I mean, an educated man such as that, yena kumele retire at the right time. This is where the problem is. And then we have a president, deputy president, amadala ngisho kunaye,
Yeah.
but they are still running the country. Where they are running it, I don't know. Only you know, or you are chasing your own tail.
And then everybody's wondering why we're in this mess that we're in.
I bet our country is at a state that probably one can argue that Mexico is at. It is just that this crime is authorized.
Yeah.
You know, in Mexico, there is everything. There's
It's
a mixture
allowed.
of force and all that. This one in South Africa, it is rubber stamped.
And today's evidence just confirmed to me that this was somewhat of a silent takeover by some of the most dangerous people that this country has residing. It was so silent that normal people were afraid to talk about it, the ones that saw it.
So one can actually tell you like this: the real state capture
was happening.
Is currently in
It's
motion,
happening.
probably.
Yes, it's in motion.
The real state
The
capture.
real one.
Not the rhino one.
Yo. Abana today or yesterday, depending on what time it is. Guys, hey.
So
But
let's get
siyambonga
into it.
uMkhwanazi.
Siyabonga kumkhwanazi.
Siyambonga.
Asazi naye ukuthi how long is it going to last, because when they say you cannot fight the system,
Eish.
Pela, this is literally fighting the system. There were things that we cannot talk about here. There are rumors that this task team are actually going around and in KZN and threatening some of these kings to give away the only land that we are left with. Those are rumors, obviously. And it seems as if, for me, some of it was affirmed by what Mkhwanazi deliberated on today. But let us hear what you have to say yourself. I'm not praising anyone to say that there is someone who's good. There is no way I can say that.
No one is perfect.
No one is perfect.
But what I feel like is happening is that our people have been, one would say, programmed to think like they have to have a perfect human being as their leader. And then that, you know what that ends up doing? It ends up creating this whole division and self-sabotage within us.
You know, South Africa, Emily, will never run smooth. You know why?
Why?
It's because we have, how many tribes do we have in South Africa?
I would say 11, if not more than that, because some
Exclude the
are tribes
self-made.
within the tribes.
Yeah, exclude the self-made ones.
I would say 11.
The like stuff like Khoisan and all that.
I would say
Exclude
11.
that.
I would say 11 if
Yeah.
I'm not counting those, but I would say 11 because there's Basotho, Batswana, Amandebele, Xhosa. There's many tribes in the country, and then within the Xhosa itself, kuna Mampondo.
Forget about that. They probably like one person. Those
But
ones.
they fall under one.
I'm not saying they are one, but I'm just saying. Oh, you see that is where exactly the problem is at, because we tend to defend based on that.
What tribe leader is leading us. We don't look at their character. We look at their tribe.
Yeah. So
We don't look at their
we can
character.
never speak in one voice, you know, because when I speak to a vendor person,
And we do not look at what they are doing for us as a whole community.
let me take, for example, for me, it is not painful for me to say Mogoeng is one of the best
Judicial.
not the best in terms of maybe performance, in terms of let me say, in terms of being honest. You know,
Not only
it's
being
not
honest, but
painful.
having morals
It's not painful
and
to me.
ethics.
It's not painful to me to say that. It's not painful to me to say Brian Molife, for me, he's one of the best that we had. You know, it's not
We
painful.
we did not even know what load shedding was under that man
Do you
running
understand?
ESCOM.
It's not painful.
But it was there.
Why should it be painful for me to say that? Because
I
this
don't
person
know.
was fighting for all of us. This electricity was going everywhere. It was not only going to KZN or to Limpopo. It was going
It was
everywhere.
reaching everyone.
Yes.
And it was not being switched off every day.
So the problem we are having is that we believe that for us to love that person, he must be coming from our tribe. Because
I don't know
that thing of
what's going
saying,
on.
oh, now tribe so and so has led, now it's time for tribe so and so to lead. That thing is killing us.
It is.
We are going to suffer until the end, because if that person messes up, he doesn't only mess up KZN,
Mess up the entire country.
the entire country. So you cannot run anywhere, more especially if you're a South African, not the ones that are being legitimized through the system, and they are enjoying the system, the partnership of ANC and other parties that they claim they liberated them through hiding and I don't know whatsoever, you know. But I'm just worried about how we approach things. We approach things in a. When last did you see a proper development?
Can I be honest?
Oh, Hlaudi, yes, one of those people like Hlaudi.
Even Hlaudi for the SABC. Remember, he made that law that 98% of South African music
Yes.
in the radio station, and that changed many artists'
You know
lives.
what the funny thing is? Abantu bakhe, abantu betribe yakhe bamthuka ngokuthi akafundile and others. Those are silly things. Silly things.
Kunjani manje makunje?
Focus on silly things.
Kunjani makunje?
You know, one can ask you, when last did you watch SABC? During Hlaudi's time, I used to watch SABC.
Yes, there were many interesting shows. It was fun. It was lit. Artists were making a living.
Yes.
Okay.
Life was good.
But now it's a mess.
Hey, isinga Brian is Glenko. Hey, Brian. Hey, ziyakhuluma nazo lezi insizwa vele zishaye. Hey.
Akodwa usitshelile shem, hayi usitshelile yena ngezondo commission. Hayi usitshelile shem.
So those are the things that you guys we need to look at. We need to glorify, and we need to be able to speak the facts and the truth. You know, these days we're just talking with Emil. People are saying there is a narrative that is being pushed that, hey, there were no surnames during the olden days.
Where is this lie coming from?
Obvious. It's to wipe clean the slate and we start afresh, and we are all confused.
You know, I get so shocked because at some point, to get to a missionary school, you had to be given an English name. You had your own name with the same
There was so-called church name and whatnot. But it's okay bafowethu, asikho lapho sila indaba ingomkhotsi. Mogotsi,
Hey.
is that how I say it? On the 30th of September, 2024, the first WhatsApp landing into Mkhwanazi's phone.
Let's unravel Mogotsi. His today's project. The commission started today, okay, with testimony being given about Brown Mogotsi. He has links with the underworld, Mkhwanazi told us. The minister denied knowing him in the parliamentary committee. But then he confirmed to knowing the person in a conversation with a private person. It's a lady, I forgot her name, guys. But at the time I saw the recording, the chief of staff had said that he had an associate of the minister, or he was an associate of the minister, and the minister denied knowing him as an associate. Mkhwanazi said that he said to him that he does not know the difference between a comrade and an associate. Because Minister Mkhunu was saying that it was his comrade, while the chief of staff in the minister's office had described Brown Mogotsi as an associate of the minister. So 30th of September 2024, he received a WhatsApp from Mogotsi regarding an allegation of defeating the ends of justice matter, which was widely publicized in the media, arising from an incident that had occurred in a correctional facility at Mpangeni. And when he communicated with him, there was no media coverage yet about this situation that had happened at Mpangeni. So he was the first one to initiate this to General MKHWANAZI.
Yeah, to actually let MKHWANAZI know what was coming.
And MKHWANAZI said that he wanted to establish whether this person who is in possession of such information about that incident that happened at a police station, how close he is actually with the Minister of Police. So he needed to confirm whether this number of this person who claimed to be Brown Mogotsi, although the Chief of Staff confirmed that it was his number, MKHWANAZI said that he got the number tested and it confirmed that it was registered in the name of Brown Mogotsi. And then he had no doubt that it's definitely the right person.
Yeah.
The communication that Brian Mogotsi sent him had attachments. The first one was on the 30th, where he introduced himself and said that there was this internal attempt to discredit MKHWANAZI through the defeating the ends of justice case. Now, this text that he sent MKHWANAZI read, "My General, Brown Mogotsi from Northwest, an internal attempt to discredit you through the defeating the ends case." End quote. Now, MKHWANAZI said that he responded and said, "Morning, sir. What are you talking about? What defeating the ends of justice are you referring to? And who is behind that?" Then he said the following message came on the 1st of October 2024. And Brown Mogotsi texted, "Thanks." He then attached 2 documents, a police letter and a copy of the occurrence book. And the content of the OB book and the factual report were exactly the same. MKHWANAZI said that it surprised him because these are the documents of police, and a person who's not from the police should not be in possession of this. A
Correctly
person
said.
who's from the Northwest but is in possession of a copy from an OB book from Mpangeni in KZN. There is no flight from Northwest to Mpangeni, a direct flight.
No.
For him to be able to get there, he would need to take at least 2 flights to get a copy of this occurrence book and the letter that was attached.
Yeah.
So MADLANGA asked what the letter said, and MKHWANAZI said that it was a draft report which was talking about an incident that had happened. And his advice to the police officer that was in charge of the scene, he said that he would narrate what had happened with the situation later. Now, on the same day, at 7:51 in the morning, he wrote, open quote, "Please handle confidentially." This is Brown Mogotsi sending General MKHWANAZI a WhatsApp message. "A meeting with the complainant will revert." Close quote. MKHWANAZI said that he was still confused. Then the next message was sent shortly after 8:37. And it said, "I'm in Lusikisiki today. There was an incident that happened of a mass shooting in Lusikisiki earlier this year." And then at 9:19, General KHUMALO, the divisional commissioner, MKHWANAZI said that is how they write it in the police. So Mr. Brown Mogotsi even knew the SAPS jargon like he was working there. He said, "Just check your standing with him. Yesterday, he pushed a negative narrative about you on CITs. CITs means cash in transit in KZN."
Let us put this thing into perspective, because it feels like there was a bit of reverse wise for me there. This is General MKHWANAZI receiving this WhatsApp.
Yes.
It was upon being requested by General KHUMALO to actually head or be there as a judge to Ken's case, right?
Khan, yes.
Yes, to Khan's case.
Yes.
So then you receive such a message. There are 2 things that I'm detecting to this message. The first one is that there seems to be a threat.
Yes.
To say there is something coming. Just be aware of that. So fear, be scared. And then there seems to be creating a wedge between General MKHWANAZI and KHUMALO.
Yes.
Knowing that probably, and allegedly knowing that they are going to sit there. So there seem to be an attempt to actually protect Ken in a sense. That is how it feels like, allegedly, and that's what Mkhwanazi actually pieced together, right? I'm trying to make you understand why we started
the deepness.
Already, we are going to sit there as a judge for this hearing of Ken. That will later understand why this hearing of Ken was happening. And you are told such things. You are told that there is something coming against you, and it is created by the same person you'll be sitting with. So, in a sense, someone is pushing you to say that if that person says yes, you must say no. That is how it feels like.
Yes.
Luckily, it seems as if that did not happen, because Mkhwanazi went there. He did what they probably didn't preempt, which is to exonerate Ken in any way.
Yes.
That is where this is coming from. From what I heard.
You are not incorrect. You are on the money. Because at the end, this is exactly what he puts together. That it's only then that when he looks back and all these funny messages that he was getting from Brown Mogotsi, that this was about General Khan's hearing.
Just to say back off.
And
back off. And perhaps because of being aware of Mkhwanazi's character, how
steadfast and strict.
Yes, he is. So you don't want to see him presiding on something that you might think there is a hand of a monkey there. You don't want him to sit there because probably you thought he would sit. But here's a question, $1 million question. As he exonerated Ken, was the opposite the truth though? Because why would you go to all this if you know that, I mean, the facts are the facts?
It was very funny. Even I found myself questioning.
No, the exhibits being labeled as MK. I think it's Mkhwanazi, isn't it?
Yes, it's Mkhwanazi.
It's Mkhwanazi. Yeah. MK is
they explained it yesterday.
Yes, MK is Mkhwanazi. That's why I didn't even hear that part basically, but I think I just picked it up that MK is Mkhwanazi. It's not the MK party.
It's not the party.
It's Mkhwanazi.
Hi guys.
No, you Mzwakhe, you are not getting this. In fact, what you are saying is opposite. The general was being driven to reinstate Ken from whatever that was going on. So in a sense, he was being driven towards making sure that Ken does not get dismissed.
Because he even says, Mkhwanazi, that after he took that decision that he took and put General Khan back to work,
everything
stopped. The media
stopped. Yes.
Even I noticed, and let me tell you, that whole report about him and the hearing was very harsh. I had to look very hard for it. Mainstream media was not quite covering it. So that's why perhaps we may have missed some of these things as they were happening. And at the time, after he took that decision, all these negative articles, at some point, remember, as Mzansi Reality, we felt like IPID was coming after him. Did you guys remember that? So after he took this decision, all of that, it went away like it never happened. It became quiet again.
the goal was achieved, because Mkhwanazi went there and did not dismiss, which is what they didn't anticipate. They anticipated
That he was
the
gonna-
worst
Yeah.
that could have happened. So to
And-
prevent the worst, they wanted to put pressure or even remove him from this sitting that was supposed to take place.
They were even speaking about how
That's why I'm asking a
he
question.
has a couple of
that-
months left and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And IP'd intensifying cases. There was even a head of IP'd was making comments about how this whole political killings task team going around in KZN and killing people. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, we remember that.
A lot was going on.
All the puzzles are gonna piece up. Let's continue.
Well, this text from Brown Mogotsi, it ended with him saying again, the same complainant spoke with General KHUMALO. The complainant of this Mpangeni case is what Brown Mogotsi was communicating at the time to Mkhwanazi.
This complainant was not clear as to who is the complainant. It has
wasn't
never
clear.
been ousted as a person or whatsoever. It has just been a complainant.
A complainant. Okay, let me fix that. So Brown Mogotsi sent him screenshots at 9:20 in the morning of a presentation that was made by the Division of Crime Intelligence 2024-2025. It was a picture that was taken at an angle during the presentation by a cell phone. It could have been him or someone who was present at that meeting.
But there seemed to be denial though, of his presence there. The only present person that could be perhaps a common person that has been is the minister.
Yes.
In a sense that Brian has been apparently moving around with the minister.
And by reading the heading of the presentation on the projector, it says it's definitely an issue of crime intelligence that only people that are supposed to have knowledge of crime intelligence policies should be a part or should have been a part of that presentation. So the following message that he sent about 2 minutes later, it said, and I quote, "I hope you understand, will revert. Confidentiality is key." The divisional commissioner did confirm that there was such a presentation, and he confirmed that Brown Mogotsi was not in that meeting. In that meeting, it was the minister and some of the minister's staff coming from the Minister of Police office and the senior management of crime intelligence. The divisional commissioner is talking about General KHUMALO. Mkhwanazi said that it was covering for him that a person who is not a police officer working, or he said it was concerning for him that a person who was not a police officer or working at crime intelligence will sit in such a meeting and be able to take, pictures and copies of presentations. MADLANGA asked if he had any idea as to why Brown Mogotsi wanted to warn him. Mkhwanazi said that he had no idea. But as time progressed, it became clear as to what
Is it
could
Brian
be
or Brown?
Brown.
Brown, yeah.
Brown.
Yeah.
It became clear that as to what could be the motive for it, which he said he'll explain later, and what made him think it might be the reason why he made contact with him. Mkhwanazi then said that he explained to Brown what happened with the issue of defeating the ends of justice at correctional services that resulted in a copy of that OB entry or OB book, because he advised the police officer on how to handle that situation that happened in crime intelligence, and making sure that the end of justice is realized and that the proper investigation is done and they don't attract any legal litigation. against the organization by arresting the wrong person. Wrongful arrest, guys. There's so much money
we keep on
that
paying
SAPS
to those
owes people for wrongful arrests. It's not even funny. I think it's in the billions or something like that. The last time I saw an article talking about it, it's scary. That figure is scary. So a lot of people are getting these, charges against SAPS for wrongful arrests, and they end up, being issued to be paid.
BBM is saying, please press the like button, guys. Please do press the like button. And to forever, Lindy BBM, God bless you. I want to say, press the like button. As you do so, then we won't be disturbing the process of talking and stopping and asking you to press the like button. Please, we ask you.
So he was also saying that the event where this whole case took place, it was not actually Westfield Prison, because the media was reporting that it was Westfield Prison. It was at Qalakabusha in Mpangeni.
That's where Fisoguhle was arrested.
Fisoguhle Ntuli, accused number 5.
That's where Fisoguhle was kept.
Where the acting head was accused of selling illegal substances by being in possession of ammunition as well. So those were the 2 charges that they were about to.
But Emily, can you see the similarities? Considering that the person who was heading that arrest was coming from Joburg. Can you see the similarities of ammunition and a little bit of these legal substances that Bondanzi eventually accused number 1? Accused number 1 got convicted based on that?
Yes. 12 years.
Can you see how these dealers happen to do these silly things and keep ammunition without any firearm, illegal ammunition for that firearm, and they keep a small amount of substances? And to make it even worse, this one had to put it on the bin.
The dustbin.
Dustbin that is accessible to everyone, even the cleaners of the prison themselves, because it does not, the person, so this is a woman we're talking about.
It's a woman who was a correctional facility.
He just left these things there unattended.
Yes.
I mean, that's how confident he was that even the cleaner will not touch that bin and see this ammunition and all that.
They were inside the bin. So people who collect
outside
trash, take the trash.
Between the garage, the garage.
So
just
what
to create
what
a
on earth would make them feel like that's a place to hide stuff?
Just to paint the picture, the garage, the house is obviously given to him by the system.
Yes.
Because it's within the prison. If you know Qalakabusha, I know it. So if you know Qalakabusha, everything is inside there, even the building of Rondovel sort of houses there.
Wow.
It's like Rondo type of houses. So it is built by the state. So I guess when you get a certain position, then they assign you that house. And then the bin is obviously outside as usual. Every bin is outside, but there is no fencing because there is a huge fence of the prison itself. So you are inside the yard where the prison is at, but on the other side. The prison is on the, if you are facing, let me say, if you are facing Mpumalanga, the prison is on the right, and then the houses are on the left. And then after that, as if you are going to that side of Melmoth, after that you probably will be seeing a company there. I think it was called Exaro at some point. Yeah. And then on the other side of the road, there is what they called, what is that place, Can? I forgot the name of the place. But it's a mini suburb.
Okay.
Yeah. And then if
Isn't it Richards Bay?
No, it's not Richards Bay. It's in the opposite Qalakabusha. I forgot the name. But it's new. It's fairly new. I remember when I was there as a student for some high school, it was not there when I came. But when I left, it was there. So it was built in my presence.
Okay.
Yeah. So, right, just to give context. So this is a garage that is separated to the house. It's not a garage that is like connected to the house. In between, then there's a bin.
There's a dustbin.
And then there's a sort of a small yana wall where anyone can jump, maybe on the side of the road. And then the other side, it's empty because, I mean, anyone can access that place and cut the grass for them. And then you go hide the most crucial things there where you don't cut your grass. Your grass is cut by the prison itself.
Yes.
You don't take your bin out. It is done by the prison. And you go and hide stuff there that are crucial. So it was correct of Mkhwanazi to say that it does not give comfort to actually say that this person was in possession of that thing while it was outside, not even in his yard. This is a common place for everyone. Anyone can access it. It was correct for a top cop to be worried about that, to say, but you cannot just go and arrest them. Anyone could have planted that. Even the person who told you that this is happening, that could have planted that. And considering also the fact that the dispatching of this team for the second time now, because the first time it was through Mkhwanazi, which he admitted that it was him who dispatched this team. Now the second time it was done behind his back.
Yeah.
To such an extent that he was not even getting a report as a provincial commissioner. Even the district commissioner of the Zululand was also not getting any reports.
Yes.
So this was done, as Mkhwanazi puts it, through the presidential
office, yes.
Office, which one has to wonder who mandated that. Because again, I think if you look at how things are being done here, it's overreaching. You just do things beyond what you are supposed to do. I mean, politicians do not mandate the operations of the police. It is wrong, but they can request.
It's formal requesting.
Yes.
That has a paper trail.
Yes.
You send emails, there's communication about it. So it's not something that just happens in silence. It's quite unusual and it's quite uncomfortable if, that's how they do things. It's not comfortable. And especially in the interest of business. It's not comfortable at all. And what's troubling is that they were taking those police officers, Special Task Force and NIU. And
thank you very much for the way. Sorry, Emil, to disturb you. It's Hillview. Yes, it's Hillview.
Oh, Hillview, the suburb that is before Qalakabusha.
It's Hillview. That's correct, Sbusis. Indeed, it is Hillview. So those are the things that you have to look at. Those are the things that you have to think of when you take this thing into consideration. As to why that woman, perhaps that woman, if one day can still alive, you can also come to testify as to why it seems as if he was witch hunted.
Why?
Was it because of the position that he was holding?
What would happen?
Because now police people always feel entitled for certain positions.
Yes.
After the narrative that you heard from Mkhwanazi about General Ken, it makes one wonder as to say, I think this thing of how government work is actually given to people, it makes people fight at some point. So anyone would have decided to plant that and say, this person or this was what happened, then move out. Because, obviously you cannot continue being what was the head of the prison.
Yes.
With such cases hanging over your head. You need to clear yourself.
Yes.
Because we know this thing of acting with government, it becomes permanent most of the time. You can act for 10 years.
It's true.
Let's continue.
True. And Mkhwanazi said that what made him to intervene was because in that incident, the illegal substances and the ammunition that was found was not found in her possession, but it was found outside the house where she was staying, which is a state house, which is within the state facility. He says that that's what made him ask questions to say, you can't detain a person if you have not confirmed that those things belonged to that person. And Madlanga said that Mkhwanazi explained to Brown Mogotsi, more spanning than a page. He asked him why he felt obliged to give Brown Mogotsi an explanation, why he owed Brown Mogotsi an explanation, or felt like he owed him an explanation.
Which is a correct question. I think that is a question that I would have also, because it was already playing in my head. As you say, why would you feel the need to explain to someone whom you don't report to?
Yes.
But through affiliation, which is a very fitting answer to say that I have done my research, and then indeed this person is showing the signs that is with the minister.
Yes.
So to answer him, it was indirectly answering the minister. So it seems, because he was a mouthpiece of the minister. So it seems as if because everything was just going through him.
And he also said that it could have been that the minister was under the impression that he was involved in wrong, knowing that the minister stayed a few kilometers away from the police station and the prison, and apparently stays not far away from Qalakabusha.
Who?
The minister.
Mkhunu.
That's where he resides.
Does he? Not far away from the prison.
The police station and the prison.
Dover.
I don't know.
Hillview. That's the closest.
We do not know, and at this point, I don't think I even want to know.
It's fine. Continue.
I don't even think I want to know, okay? So he felt to provide the information because this person said that they were close to the minister, and he had said that he is with the minister in Lusikisiki, of which he then checked with the chief of staff, and he said that the minister was in Lusikisiki, but he did not say anything about Mogotsi. Mkhwanazi said that he tried to investigate, but he felt to provide more explanations to him so that the minister could have a picture, if indeed he was sent by the minister to have this communication with him. Mkhwanazi said that there is a big company in KZN called Richards Bay Minerals, otherwise known as RBM, that does send mining. There were incidents that had happened in that facility that led to murders of some of the executives. When it happened, there was a meeting that took place which he attended with the premier at the time, and the Minister of Minerals and Energy, Mr. Gweremantashe, was in attendance as well. He wanted to engage with the communities because there were quite a number of mining companies that were situated in Richards Bay. And during the presentation in that meeting, it came out that there were cases from RBM that involved executives in RBM that were murdered, and their cases had not been solved. So the business people there were sharing their frustrations to the minister about the lack of police efficiency in dealing with the investigations of those cases. Mkhwanazi said that as the KZN commissioner, he felt the need to take responsibility for that. So he took it upon himself to make sure that he prioritizes those particular investigations of those particular cases. Then he went back to the office in 2021 and deployed a team to Richards Bay. And the team was made up of investigators and the tactical team to protect the investigators. He said that this complaint this complaint was around tenders, business forums, and all those things that were happening in the area.
Yes.
MKHWANAZI said that he had to put the detectives together and have a team to protect these detectives. So he paid out of a budget that was not budgeted for without telling the National Commissioner. So they were to investigate about 5 dockets that stayed in Richards Bay. And these detectives stayed in Richards Bay for 12 months. And in that period, he said that they could not track those cases and they were only assigned for that. But they did not even get results pertaining those cases. So on a quarterly basis, he was getting reports. There were a lot of successes and arrests with other cases. Those other cases would be going to court and getting convictions, but it was not the 5 dockets that he had sent.
It was
these
not the main
detectives
cases that he sent them for.
Yes.
So they were just doing other work as police, where he said there was, however, an arrest of one person that was involved in part of these cases. But then because of bail, that person eventually lost his life. He was given bail and then they took him out.
Yeah.
That is how it sounds like.
And
right?
the weird thing is that someone paid for these expensive lawyers that got him the bail. You know,
and then all of a sudden the person was taken out. So the understand. That's why I said this thing is more like reverse wise. So this is the part where MKHWANAZI is explaining why initially there were police that gave an idea, because then RBM went on to feel apparently entitled to these police that MKHWANAZI sent there. When he realized that, no, these people now are serving just the interest of RBM, he recalled them and said, no, come back. You will do this work this side of Durban.
Yes. It's only 1 hour, 30 minutes away.
Yeah, so that means, we're talking about the high speed there. It can be 2 hours or something, but obviously we know how police drive and these special ones. So the reason at the first place, there was this group that eventually made them feel the need that they need the securities that look like SAPS. One might term it like that. In my opinion, that's how I'm terming it. He did this just to solve the cases, giving it special attention because people were getting killed through tenders and whatsoever that was happening there, and executives were also dying. So he wanted to solve the situation, but he couldn't break through. When he got one person, that person eventually was taken, even with an attempt for them to actually refuse and deny that person bail, telling the judge that you need to deny this person bail. The judge ruled otherwise, and he did indeed allude to that. The fight between the police and the judge. We say this, they do whatever they want to do. Obviously, their job is to do whatever that they want to do.
And he also spoke of the weakness in the system, is that there are no questions that are asked to an accused person per se to say you are unemployed, but you can afford a very expensive senior counsel to represent you on a bail matter. We oppose that bail and the person is released. And he said that as soon as he left those facilities, they killed him. And he was the only link to tell them who had sent him to commit that particular crime. And he said that case didn't go far. But cases that the team ended up achieving were cases of theft that were happening within RBM. So they ended up having successes of RBM cases that they were not sent for. They ended up becoming like a police unit for RBM. Then he said that to them, their mission was simple. They needed to crack those 5 cases, but they were showing him success of unrelated cases. So he could not be spending money to have them there. He ended up recalling them back to Durban to work there, which was an hour and a half drive away from RBM. So he brought them back. Little did he know that this RBM had contact contacts in the high level of the country and the government.
And they felt the niceness of this protection.
Of being guarded by police instead of hiring
Who wouldn't want to be
private
guided
security?
by NIU?
Kanti why bengafuna ukubhadala security batho ba Modimo kanti uhirahalang mo South Africa bathong.
You know how these mines are treated as if they are demigods?
How?
They just call, and normally they call direct the office of the presidents and all that.
Oh, the
Alleged.
entitlement.
The entitlement. And also it is due to our people dancing to their guitar, forgetting that we voted for them to go today, but they forget us. They focus on them. That's why if the company wants to move your house, they can move your house. They can evict you. They can get the
evict
government. We talked about Zuma and whatnot, but it's not our portion. The people
Things
there,
that are happening there.
they are complaining, some of them, that they are not, actually they were evicted to a point that they don't feel safe, some of them.
They said they had to run away, some people from their homes. They literally had to run away and go start afresh somewhere with
The
nothing.
power of capitalism is dangerous.
Yeah, he said that what followed after that was a call that he received from the national commissioner, who said that he received a complaint from the presidency and he must send those people back. Then he said to him that he does not mind to send them back, but he must give him the budget. He no longer has money to send people back there. Then he told him to put up a plan that he was going to finance it. Now, his approach was that he was not going to be sending these members to investigate the 5 cases. He was now going to deploy in that area the service and other business people, as well as the community in that area. They needed also police, the community, because there were many other crimes, he said, that were happening in that area, like hijackings and serious crimes. RBM was not the only institution that was affected by crime in that area. As he was preparing that plan, he received a phone call from the commander of Special Task Force at the time, Brigadier Gefley. He said that earlier he'd worked in the task force. Task force members communicate with General MKHWANAZI. Almost all of them have his numbers. So Brigadier Gefley called to General MKHWANAZI, and he was at RBM already deployed there. And he said to him that he was there deployed at RBM. So General MKHWANAZI asked him what he meant that he was being deployed at a mining company. And he said, yes, he was deployed there, and he was even there with the NIU. So task force and the NIU are the fighting squad of police, General MKHWANAZI explained. And he said that they are not investigators. They are the ones who do the dirty work. If they have to arrest someone, if they have to penetrate houses, that they are the ones who do that.
If
They usually deal,
resistance.
with arrests of resisting accused persons or accused persons who are known to carry weapons with them wherever they go, or who don't want to get arrested, who are on the run. So,
But what do you expect? I mean, this idea of unleashing soldiers will anyhow amongst the civilians, it's a norm in South Africa now. It's something that has become a norm. So I didn't expect less.
Brigadier Gefley said to General MKHWANAZI that he was told that there were detectives that were deployed there at RBM that General MKHWANAZI withdrew. He asked if they can have those detectives back at RBM because there must be investigations that are done, and he did not have anyone that does investigations. MKHWANAZI asked to meet with Brigadier Greffley in Durban, and he asked who deployed him there, and he said that he was deployed by his component head, General Zulu, who is a major general. She deployed them to come and work at RBM, and he said that they were deployed to work at RBM strictly.
So that General Zulu did not... You see the confusion that these SAPS members have. I think it's only the few, including MKHWANAZI, who can actually fathom the position of the politicians when it comes to SAPS. They simple jump.
Yeah. He's the provincial commissioner.
He was supposed to report to MKHWANAZI. Protocol.
But General Zulu just takes decisions and doesn't let him know. Nice, must be nice.
And then the problem erupted because of that.
Their instruction was that they were going to go to RBM and not work anywhere else. General MKHWANAZI said that he was upset because he had planned, according to the National Commissioner, that he was going to be the one doing the deploying. And then he called the National Commissioner and asked him that he was telling him about deployment of RBM, and at the same time he was telling someone else to do it. So what's going on? And then he said that they needed to engage with General Musikidi, who is the Deputy National Commissioner. He then decided to keep quiet, and he released the detectives to Brigadier Greffley. He included them in the budget, and they went back to RBM. RBM had privilege of getting an SAPS deployment to service only them, which was funded at the national office.
Through our monies.
Must be nice. MKHWANAZI said that
not
he was
only
sure
you get to probably get a reduced tax if it
break.
was tax. You also get to use our SAPS for free.
Free. You have a security company that came in, special task force and NIU, guarding your business premises.
In economics,
nice.
we call that a subsidy of some sort. So you got a subsidy through securities that were very trained to deal with any problem. It must be nice.
So MKHWANAZI said that he was sure that the engagement of the police will come and explain as to what informed that and the cost that was spent on it, which was against his proposal. They were there for no one else but RBM. MKHWANAZI explained that in April 2021 now, he deployed these 5 detectives and they stayed there for an entire year. You know, they decided to delegate themselves as RBM security staff instead of dealing with those 5 murder cases. And how nice that they get to be called again to continue. So in the midst of being instructed to do something, they found themselves doing something else, and that something else created a demand for them to be called back. Hey, so the National Commissioner now got appointed in 2022. This is General Fanima Semola. He said that this team was working there the entire year of 2021, rotating in that place without talking to the district commissioner.
Who were they working under as a commissioner, I mean? Was it Stolle?
The previous years, it was General Stolle. Before Masemole years, it was General Stolle. Now, this team was working there the entire year, rotating in that place without talking to the district commissioner, MKHWANAZI. So he had no clue what they were doing. When this incident of the prison happened, the regional commissioner of correctional services woke him up with a phone call at night. And his question regarding the acting correctional head that was arrested. He said, "Colleague, we are in the same security cluster. You are arresting one of my senior managers and you don't even inform me. That courtesy, no, not that it's a must, you know." MKHWANAZI said that he was surprised and he didn't know what he was talking about. He said that the acting head of the facility at Mpangeni had been arrested because he did not know anything. He contacted the district commissioner, Mr. General Ngubani, and he also didn't have a clue of what was going on, if there's anything being done by RBM team. So he contacted the police station at Mpangeni, and he discovered that indeed there are these members from the head office that are sitting in KZN deployed for RBM that are at the police station with the
Head
intention.
offices and in Gauteng.
Yes, with the intention to detain the acting head of the center. So they left Gauteng. They assisted this team that has been deployed at a company, RBM, to go and make an arrest of an acting head at a correctional service. Hey. Yay. When you really think about it, it doesn't make sense. They said that they were only deployed for RBM and working at RBM only. What business do they have going outside of RBM and making an arrest of a correctional
Unless
head?
it was what we call a witch hunt that was happening through the same mandate that they were given. Or perhaps even positioning them like this was the mandate.
Maybe.
Because so that they undermine everything else and do whatever that they needed to do. Which begs the question as to who is this complainant? Is it the person who dealt with the case with the docket, dealt with the case until the docket? This person who decided to take people to go and raid the house of that woman, Umandlov. Or it was just someone else within the team, or someone else was pushed to say MKHWANAZI actually defeated the ends of justice, because that's where now the story of defeating the ends of justice comes from.
in.
Tobani Dube, thank you very much. Press the like button, guys, on your way in. We are chasing 200 and we appreciate your likes.
So MKHWANAZI said that he called Colonel Nkuna, who was a part of the NIU team. Colonel Nkuna said that she was called because they were going to arrest the lady and she was needed. Maybe she needed to do the searching.
Yeah.
She could not explain and did not even know the background of this operation. But the commander was Colonel Mateis, who he's the one who can explain with what was happening here. He said Mateis was from Johannesburg.
Could that commander be the one who's a complainant that is unknown?
Maybe it's him. He said that they received information about the illegal substances at this house inside the facility, which also had inmates. And the residential area was separated by, they were in the same area, separated, the way Mr. Anonymous was explaining. The charge was possession of illegal substances and ammunition, and MKHWANAZI asked about the quantity and said it's not a lot. It was just a handful, not many capsules. Just, you could hold it like this. MKHWANAZI asked him if he tested if those were illegal substances. Now he's questioning Mateis that did you follow the proper procedure while you arrested this person? Okay. Did you test that these things are indeed illegal substances or not? He said no. Okay. And when it came back from forensic and it was not what he said it was, what is he going to do? MKHWANAZI said he also asked him that before doing all this work, did he have a search warrant? And he said no. This sounds very familiar. That sounds like I heard it before in that other case.
Sounds like Joburg.
Happens like a lot.
Sounds like Joburg again.
So you are telling me you are in such a hurry to arrest a person that you don't even have time to wait for a warrant of arrest? Like they are going to run away, they are going to get on a plane very soon and disappear. And then they're saying there's special, but there's special circumstances.
That's how they move in Joburg, bro. Special circumstances.
Special circumstances that allow for you to make an arrest without a warrant. So he said that they searched the entire house and did not find anything. And then they took this acting head of corrections and told her to go to the garage outside. And when they were walking to the garage, there was a dustbin in the same premises. They searched the dustbin and found those substances with ammunition and decided to arrest her for that. The question was if they knew if she was the only one that had access to the dustbin, since it's the facility of correctional services. For you to get access to that dustbin, it is easy access. He said that there was a low fence there that anyone could just jump over and get to the dustbin because it was within the compound. And the people who empty the dustbin and maintain the dustbin are the correctional services employees. Mkhwanazi told him that the least he could have done was to get forensics to come and do a touch DNA on the dustbin so that they can eliminate the people who touched the dustbin. Same with the container as well that was carrying all these substances and the ammunition, to confirm if it's her or someone else who handled those things. His recommendations was for the detective to make an OB entry of what had transpired and call forensic people to come to the house and do the touch DNA. So the attached letter that it was supposed to have been signed and authored by the same kennel. The letter was addressed to Mkhwanazi, explaining exactly what he did, which was his directive. But then the kennel never signed it, and Mkhwanazi said he never received it. So both of them were saying the same thing, that he directed must happen. Mkhwanazi said that that was the biggest complaint that he had. His opinion was that this team ended up doing something that was not their mandate. They were there for RBM. They needed to follow the law and not just jump and do something. It must not be that they are sent to plant evidence and arrest the person because maybe someone wants to deal with that person. It must be correct information that they received, that there is indeed substances in there. And in the last paragraph, he read that the minister will learn the truth one day about that team which has been complaining that I make them conduct crime fighting operations which are outside their mandate. Although when they want to do such duties, for example, this is the one that they carried out without my knowledge. This is Mkhwanazi writing to the minister that this operation, they did it without my knowledge. Mkhwanazi said that he was trying to communicate to the minister via this mogotsi, that there was this deployment at RBM, that as a provincial commissioner, he did not know about it. He was not consulted and he was not, told about it. The district commissioner does not control it. They posted, to the head office, and Mkhwanazi said that they wondered whose interest that they were serving. And the complainant was the presidency. That is why they must now deploy. He said maybe the national commissioner could come and explain, because to date he does not know what was the reason. Mkhwanazi said that there was an intervention thereafter. He was paraded by business people in the area complaining why he was prioritizing RBM over them. Then he told them straight that he didn't know anything about RBM. They must get the minister to come there. At the time, Minister Qele and the National Commissioner came, and there was a discussion that they needed to reconfigure this and make it big and it be under his command and let it serve everyone else. From that time, it then became his operation after that meeting took place. The general asked Brown Mogotsi what did KHUMALO say about him at 9:29 a.m. on Brown, and Brown Mogotsi responded and said in a WhatsApp message, the minister is briefed. He has just arrived in Lusikisi.
Answering the other part, not what did KHUMALO say about him.
9:26, Mkhwanazi asked about the KHUMALO story. Then Brown responded at 9:29, General, this must be in your chest.
Keep
He
it in your
wanted-
chest. Akumane ukhahlele imbongolo.
He wanted him to keep it a secret.
Khahlele yasho esifubeni.
Mkhwanazi said he was wondering why he was telling him if he wanted him to not go public with it. Mkhwanazi's response on the WhatsApp, he said, trust me on this one, because he said that because he wanted him to get this information. Okay. Brown then responded and said, you are having your interest and maybe you are having your own cartel. You don't listen to crime intelligence, CI. And then Masemola intercepted him, which means that General Masemola was in the meeting as well, Mkhwanazi says. He also spoke about your provincial crime intelligence member. Remember, he's retiring next month. This is Brown Mogotsi telling Mkhwanazi about a provincial crime intelligence member who was going to retire the following month. They
Who's
were
that provincial
talking
member?
Provincial crime intelligence member. It's in KZN. That position. I don't know who was occupying it at the time. Is it last year?
Was it Ken?
Khan.
I don't know.
No, I think Khan was mainly based in Gauteng. Can you Google who the provincial crime intelligence member is? Please Google that.
But it's
for me.
talking about KHUMALO being the one who is talking like this.
Oh, yes. And they're saying that he's going to be the one retiring. Oh, yes, it's General KHUMALO. My apologies. They were talking about General KHUMALO here because Minister Begitele had wanted him to come to Gauteng. So they were talking about Mkhwanazi not cooperating with the head of crime intelligence, and this person knew everything, Brown Mogotsi, about the SAPS, even about a person who was retiring.
But here's $1 million question. Was he telling the truth about what was said in that meeting? Because it seems as if Mkhwanazi is not buying that story. He's saying I think he prefers the relationship that he has with KHUMALO and now Fanny Masemola. Even though at some point there and there, I think Fanny Masemola caught the strays now and then. But it's okay. I mean,
Yes.
good friends do that to each
Yes.
other.
Tell each other the truth. Good colleagues are honest, okay? So Mkhwanazi then he responded to him to please get him that presentation to confirm or otherwise if there's any recordings, because he wanted to get proof of what this presentation was about that he had access to, that he didn't know. What made him start connecting the dots was his response. His response was nothing. General Khan will brief you next week. Mkhwanazi said he only knew.
Giving General Khan the position of being a snitch. And
So-
also giving General Khan something to hold Mkhwanazi with to say you need to return a favor. I've done you one.
Yes, I
return a
told you
favor.
this information that you were never gonna know.
Yeah.
So return the favor, chief. Mkhwanazi said that he only knew of one Major General Khan in crime intelligence, and he was in the news for attending celebrations of the EFF.
You
Yeah, Kolisa.
you laugh about this, but you know, there seems to be this connection.
Hey.
There seems to be a connection of Minister Begitele allegedly to Khan as a friend or as a I don't know. And then
Associate,
here
allegedly.
is Khan attending EFF. What was it? Was it a celebration or a rally?
It was a celebration. I even saw some of the pictures circulating on the internet at some point when I first saw this.
My
name.
worry is that they are, you know, people always say things on the street, say because of this and this is why this one is saying that. I'm just trying to look at this thing, you know, but it's okay.
No, it's fine. Mina, you're right.
Let me leave it at that. I mean, catch stories. No,
The fighters can fight.
no, I didn't even want you to go there. Let's continue.
So the celebration last year, as well as the case that was alleged that Khan was involved in stopping the police when they were busy with a substance operation or illegal substance operation at Egerton in Johannesburg. Mkhwanazi said that when he sent him, he concluded that General Khan was in that meeting. It is General Khan most likely feeding him with that information. Why will he choose General Khan to brief him if he has asked for a presentation? He then admitted that he did not have proof. General Khan was appointed as an operational intelligence within crime intelligence support at the time that mogotsi was sending Mkhwanazi all these messages. But he was appointed as a component head of counter and security intelligence. So when KHUMALO arrived at crime intelligence, that was the position General Khan was acting on. KHUMALO had moved him back into his old position.
So in a sense, he probably didn't want to only head his own position. He wanted to head what KHUMALO was heading.
Yes.
So in a sense, having KHUMALO being ousted would have assisted in fast forwarding the process.
Oh yes. Mkhwanazi now moved to the discussion, the role that journalists in the media houses played in protecting these cartels by pushing a certain narrative. Because a very well-known veteran journalist, Mzilikazi wa Africa, had contacted Mkhwanazi almost immediately after this incident happened of Empangeni. He said that it happened at the beginning of the year last year, 2024. Then a month later, he contacted Mkhwanazi. He then said to him that he heard that the general was interfered with a police operation and what was going on. Mkhwanazi said that he explained this to him and the details of what transpired. Mzilikazi wa Africa understood and said that it's trumped stories and there's nothing wrong. So he did not publish that. So later in the year, General Cele, the former minister, called Mkhwanazi and said that the Premier of Gauteng had approached him to go and work in Gauteng to help him fight crime there. Therefore, he needs General KHUMALO.
I need to address this. Caller Nosep. The issue of Khan attending an EFF event was dealt with years back. Why do you hate yourself, black child? I'm unsubscribing. Thank you. Please do. Please do. You see, the problem is that we're talking about things that were talked about. And I think if you haven't realized, this whole thing is a circle of blacks the most. I don't know which one should we love and which one should we hate. We're talking about 1%. If there is a percent, if we've been 0.5 of people of no color, that could be involved in this. The rest is us. How are we supposed to look at it without talking about black then? Come on, guys. Kathleen. I and the other thing,
comment.
You are capturing us now.
We're being captured.
You are capturing us now. If we cannot say things because we
now
fear
we must
that,
tiptoe around the fighters now. It's
no, don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't keep on going there. You know, it's one person. We don't even know what the person is, and I think caller Nosep is So you can go on and unsubscribe.
It's fine.
Yeah, let's continue.
Therefore, he needed General KHUMALO, who is a district commissioner, and an S task force commander in KZN to come and work with him in Gauteng. Mkhwanazi said that he found this strange because he called 2 or 3 times while he was in a meeting, and he kept giving his phone to Brigadier Buthelezi, who was with him in that meeting. And then after that, he had a meeting with Cele, and he pleaded with him to release this general to come to Gauteng. So Cele was pleading with General Mkhwanazi to release General KHUMALO to come to Gauteng. Mkhwanazi said that he was surprised because General Cele was in the police and he did not like General KHUMALO. He didn't like him at all. Why now that he's out of the police, he trusts KHUMALO to come and work with him in Gauteng? It was
As a
strange.
non-police.
As a non-police. It was strange.
In a sense, to disposition, that is my feeling of what was insinuated here, is that it was just to disposition him for time being, for 5 years, and then allow him back to his position. In a sense, that's basically what we're saying. So we're talking about Cele, the black person, right? It's General Cele, right? We're talking about Mkhwanazi, the black person. We're talking about KHUMALO, the very much black person, unless you want to pronounce otherwise. Let's continue.
So he turned to his colleague, General Mohau, who works in the head office in HR, who was with him in the meeting in Durban. He said that he told him about the strange call that he received from Cele, asking KHUMALO to resign from the police and come and work with him in Gauteng for 5 years, and then he will come and work in the police again, which was very odd. And General Mohau was also confused.
So that would mean it was possible under his leadership to have such.
And General Mohau was also confused. He said that as far as he knew, General Cele didn't like KHUMALO. And he made everyone at the head office to believe that General KHUMALO is a bad person. Why would he now suddenly want to work with KHUMALO, to work with him? Mkhwanazi said that he then contacted General KHUMALO, and General KHUMALO just laughed and said that don't worry, the general is not serious about that. He wanted him to back off on a case against General Khan from crime intelligence. So Cele was pursuing KHUMALO to resign from the police so that he could stay away from the disciplinary case, because he was appointed to deal with the case departmentally against General Khan. So KHUMALO said that this was the approach of Cele to want him to back off. Mkhwanazi said that got him so upset that really, can General Cele go to the extent of wanting a person to resign from the service because he wants to protect someone? It was very strange. Mkhwanazi said that he did not want to talk to General Cele. From that day, he was very upset. And he said that it disappointed him as a person who is a former minister in the police. He was just upset. So this also spoke to the time.
I don't think that Mkhwanazi started being upset just then. I think, in my opinion, we have seen him around Cele at some point. During the AKA matter where he pronounced otherwise, where he had to change. We can now say it's something that happened recently, but it has been there, because I'm trying to run away from the narrative that is being fed to say that he has been on the corner of Cele. So that's the narrative that is being currently peddled.
Just go rewatch that whole AKA situation one more time. It will tell you everything that maybe, is going on here. Because I even remember AKA's father passing in the court and not shaking Cele's hand, but
yes.
shaking General Mkhwanazi's hand. So that spoke a lot. It spoke volumes to say that so expeditious. Okay, fast forward. The police had 2 disciplinary processes. So there was an expeditious process where it is assumed that you come and you are guilty before a presiding officer to explain. Now you have a chance and an opportunity to explain why you're not guilty. And then there's also a normal disciplinary process. Now, this is where the employer must present the allegations that they have against you and give you a chance to cross-examine witnesses and argue your case. And then you'll have a presiding officer that must decide. So the initial disciplinary procedure that was initiated for General Khan was an expeditious process. And KHUMALO was appointed as a person who was going to preside over that. And Major General Khan approached the court, and the court granted and overturned that expeditious process and said that they must go to a normal disciplinary hearing where he has a right to be represented and bring witnesses and question witnesses, and therefore there must be a presiding officer appointed there. Then General KHUMALO approached MKHWANAZI and asked him to be a presiding officer. And MKHWANAZI said that he agreed. Shortly after agreeing to this, not long after he started getting communication from Mr. Brown Mogotsi again. But at the time...
That's when he started getting communication.
Oh, that's when he started getting communication from Brown Mogotsi for the very first time in September. Was it? So he said, but at the time, he was not understanding what was the background of all of this communication, and that's why he threw General Khan's name in it. Later, he received a phone call from Zilikaziwa Africa asking him about that story of what happened at Mpangeni. His colleague had just confronted him about that story, and he was asking him why he didn't publish the story. Then he said to him there was no story there. He listened to it and it didn't make sense. Someone was trying to peddle and blame General MKHWANAZI for nothing, so he did not publish that.
And the papers are being used in some of these people who are peddling these things now.
He said that in the words, in his own words to General MKHWANAZI, Mzilikazi said that his colleague said to him, now I'm forced to publish the story. And Mzilikazi found it strange and first called MKHWANAZI and asked, who did you upset somewhere in the police? Then MKHWANAZI said, I don't know anything. Mzilikazi then said, is there something happening in the police that would lead people to want to publish this thing that is a year later? So old. MKHWANAZI then said that the only thing he knew was that he would be presiding over General Khan's disciplinary hearing. And Mzilikazi said that his colleague and General Khan are close. It could be coming from there. So General Khan is close to this particular journalist who published this particular story.
And the funny thing that we can see it because we can go search for Sunday MKHWANAZI and then we would know who wrote that piece.
So Mzilikazi said that if he is called, he will come and talk about it because MKHWANAZI informed him that he was going to talk about this. MKHWANAZI said that he didn't know who this colleague was and he was not going to say it in public. Shortly after that, he received a message from the very same colleague of Mzilikaziwa Africa. He sent MKHWANAZI a question about the same incident. He gave him a full explanation that is over a page long, as he did with Brown Mogotsi. Understand? A logical journalist, MKHWANAZI says, would have understood and said this is just a malicious thing and not publish that. But then that found itself to a newspaper on a Sunday. MKHWANAZI said that he likes investigative journalists because they investigate first before they talk. He also likes the ones on TV behind the camera because they give it as is. The others who just get information from others and write it become question marks, which is what happened with this one. Which is a norm. I mean, when you go with the headline, in this social media streets, when you just take that headline, you will find yourself character assassinating people. Just rather go and read the entire article before you make your opinions and you start slandering people. Just read what is written in there, because it's called clickbait or something like that. Grabbing your attention so that you go and subscribe and you read the entire thing. So sometimes the heading, you'll find that it doesn't align with what is written inside the article, which was the case here, even with this one.
Clickbaiting.
Mkhwanazi said that he does not remember the name of the Sunday paper, and he said that he's even afraid of getting sued if he mentions the wrong paper. So he knows the journalists. They're still holding the same trend up to now. Mkhwanazi said that there are others that are linked with him, but he is the main one. Mkhwanazi had a problem with how the article was written. It was his face on that article and not the face of the complainant. The heading created question marks about his integrity as a person, as a senior officer in the province. They placed his full response on the page, so a person who read the paper will get to understand the context. But for you to get to the paper, you must subscribe and pay money. And he says some of us don't necessarily subscribe to these papers. They are expensive, honestly speaking. And we pass. And it's a lot of money, because how many 100 rands are you going to pay at the end of the day? It's a lot. No. Even if you can, even if you have them, it's a lot. You end up like your subscriptions calculating to 1,000 something. No. So some of us don't even look at the entire thing, so you don't have the means to do that. But there's social media that is free, and on social media they take the heading because you are limited on what to write there. So the heading was Mkhwanazi accused of defeating the ends of justice against an illegal, illegal substance dealer at Qalakabusha. And that went to their social media account, and it spread like wildfire because people accessed it easily. The title alone, no context. They don't have the privilege of reading the full story because they can't just access the paper. They're just taking the headline, and the picture is painted that Mkhwanazi is a bad person, and they are achieving what they want. Mkhwanazi said that he took this as a pressure for him to back off from the case that he was going to preside over General Khan. And he can prove it because General Khan's lawyers even wrote to him on emails to say that there were allegations about him on the media.
So the point is, let's get you dirty and then
pressurize
do
you
it
to,
legally.
Yeah. Pressurize you to decide in a way that will not
recuse yourself.
So they were in doubt of Mkhwanazi's independence in dealing with Khan, and that's when he deduced that the pressure was for him to back off this preliminary case. So what KHUMALO told him is that they wanted him to resign because they wanted him to back off on the case. So why will they go all out to try and make them back off in the case of General Khan? Mkhwanazi said that he's an independent person and he knows General KHUMALO, but he was not going to go with what KHUMALO may have wanted him to do when it came to dealing with Khan. His was to follow the policy and the law. And eventually he explains about what had happened in the case and how he presented his case. General Khan ended up being dismissed, the case being dismissed because it came that he was able to prove that he was framed. Mr. Anonymous, can you please explain what was going on there?
I just threw my thing away.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, this is where I pause.
Yeah, this is where we pause. But yeah, I think so.
Yes, but he explained the case. I went through the case a couple of months ago and why, because I was trying to explain to our family why General Mkhwanazi came to the
I think I
decision that he
remember a
came
bit
to.
from the bar.
From the bar, please. Because remember there was a time that he was getting ridiculed for having dismissed this General Khan.
Yes.
And he explained why he dismissed that case and what was happening. I got an explanation of it, and I remember covering this a couple of months ago as to
Yeah.
how he came to that decision, because a
he
lot of
did.
people didn't understand.
So apparently, in short, long and short of it, is that General Khan was called on the scene when what happened is that there was a substance that was found on the airport, from the airport, right?
Yes.
And then it
To
moved to Eratin, yes. And then from there, at that area, there were police. One of them was from Zonke Zizwe, and the other was from, I forgot where it was from. And then they were going to take the substance, they were putting it in a bag already. They were taking it to Zonke Zizwe.
Yes.
And then the people around there called the what is it, that number? 111. I don't even know the number. That's how. Okay. And then upon calling 10111, the first police station, I think, that responded is Poison Police Station, that intercepted the moving of this, and they stopped at that bakkie. And then as they were stopping that bakkie, they called General Khan. General Khan came, and then when General Khan came, he called everyone that was supposed to be called to take these substances, and that's how then he was exonerated because he did the right thing.
Can I ask, what do you think? Do you think?
What I think? Why would you fight if this that?
After all these revelations and the lawyers contacting General MKHWANAZI, journalists, a lot of things is going on.
Why would you need protection?
You know, at the time when I read this thing, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. But
I
after
still
today,
do, because this was exonerated. I want to hold into that, but I cannot help it now after the explanation of how
there's a
the
lot
process
going
was.
on.
I cannot help it.
Brown mogotsi kamo, I can't
You know, the question is, maybe the Zonke Zizwe people were the right people to take this, right? Perhaps. We will never know. We will never know. But it so happens that they called General Khan, and Khan was there. He responded, came there in 2 hours or so. And then he solved the situation, the fight between the two police, solved it. And he did the right thing. KHWANAZI let him go on the basis that he did the right thing, called the right people, and then they confiscated the substance. And that's the end of it. Where it ended up, that's now a different story. Was it where it's supposed to end for the day? Maybe or maybe not. And it ends there. Maybe I've got time to take 2 calls. 2. Let me see if this phone is charged. Definitely it is.
Guys, please call in. I've been itching to hear what you guys have to say about this, especially this part of information.
This is where we end. We will continue tomorrow.
We are continuing tomorrow, guys. There's more that we have to unpack. Guningi. We had to take it step by step. And this RBM situation troubled me. I was not okay after going through.
But while I wait for you guys, this is what I will do.
I was not okay.
I will read your names. Mamfunega, Siyabonga, thank you. God bless you. Mthozislanga, thank you. Press the like button, guys. Levi Marcia, thank you. Mlambo Design, thank you. Spanda Skatele, thank you. Pinkinziba, thank you. Kolan Junam Kalip, thank you. Sfiso Kwabe, thank you. Nanjelop, thank you. Hiju, thank you. Unambu, I think, thank you. If I pronounce you wrong, please correct me. Muzwa Keradebe, thank you. Lindiwe, thank you. Backyard Mechanic, thank you. Wiston, thank you. All the way from Namibia, Siyabonga eNamibia ukuthi sisenayo support. Yeah, Lulama Srai. Thank you. Siyabonga ke sizwe. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello. I'm struggling to hear you.
Mzansi, reality, hello.
Mzansi, hello.
Mzansi, reality, hello.
Hi.
How are you guys?
Hey, we are okay. We are surviving. It's got per hour.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, you are speaking to Bones from Kingston.
Hi, Bongs.
Yeah. You see, what I've learned from this thing, we need to be careful of people. We mustn't just loosely throw around the word whistleblower. Because we will end up trusting the wrong people, thinking they are fighting the good fight, only to find out they are being used. You see, Mr. KHUMALO, what I decipher from Kwana's testimony is that General KHUMALO, that guy is in a tight spot. As that guy because information is very sensitive. Whatever by choyo akakwazi ukuphuma out keep a receipt because ukula position the very top secret about the state, so you can't just loosely respond to anything.
Yes.
So that's why these fake whistleblowers, they have a field day on him. They know he can't say anything. And the level of trust that Nkwana seems to have on Mr. KHUMALO shows that the guy is a man of integrity.
Yes.
Because if you still remember, am I still audible?
Yes, you are audible. Yes.
Yeah, if you still remember after the revelation about the arrest of the guy who's charged of killing the guy from Durban, Cindy Somakaka.
Yes.
The narrative was this transportation using the resources from crime intelligence. If you remember, that story was all being linked to General KHUMALO. We only find out today that General KHUMALO was a brigadier then. He's the one who facilitated the arrest and discovered these resources are from crime intelligence.
Yes.
But see, the narrative that has been perpetuated and being spread is as if General KHUMALO was already there during that incident. That's why I say I feel sorry man for him. Bambetha bembambila akakwazi next bambophelele epalini bayazenzela.
Hey, bazenzela.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Siyabonga. Umnandi ukuzwa abantu abacabanga ngenye indlela.
Yes.
Right. Siyabonga kakhulu.
At the time mangizama ukusho bebengathi ngidefenda icorruption.
The same issue was used to distract us from the real issue, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Siyabonga lapho.
Most certainly.
I'm Mzansi reality. This MADLANGA commission is a waste of taxpayers' money. I have been watching it. This one commissioner, his name is KHUMALO. He's questioning Nkwanazi's uniform when he was doing his press briefing on 6 July 2025. That is SAPS uniform. Begitele used to wear it when he was a police commissioner in the day where Tele was appearing doing raid. Then he was interviewed about his suspension regarding the tender of is it 500 million for building of the police officer in Pretoria, and the following day was fired by the former president Jacob Zuma. So the commission, it's a cover up not to prosecute the individuals who are corrupt within the SAPS and the minister of the police and his associate allegedly. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello. Yenqabu connect. We can see, we answer you, but it doesn't want to. I think it's network. Fidel Adams, hey, I'm not gonna say this. He looks like a Cape Town. Yeah, Lena Jumper. Yeah, yesterday. No, guys, agibambe. Akaseko kushuthi ofuna ungena. Ramona, thank you very much. God bless you. Siyabonga ubakithi isipho singaka siyabonga uNkulunkulu abusise nje. God bless you. God bless you all, guys. Those who contributed either way. Siyabonga ibusiso engaka pho siyabonga. uNkulunkulu anibusise bafowethu. Ukubonga bafowethu ngoba phela sikhanyisa ngani lapha. Sifuna uqamba manga. Ngoba kukhanya nje sikhanyisa ngani. Kuningi ke futhi esikwenza nje ngani membership and all that. Thank you siyabonga kakhulu.
Thank you.
Might not be saying it. We are not arrogant. Asikho arrogant. We just give you a chance to argue your point. But
yes,
in a sense, bafowethu, let us do that respectfully. I always advocate for that. Just do it respectfully, so that we have this channel. Mzansi, hello.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all right, Mr. Anonymous.
Right, mfowethu ngezwa wena.
Just Emily, all right.
I'm right, mina. Okay.
Mina ngifuna ukusho no. Like I hangathi ngikhuluma language yami or something, but what I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to say is, I was watching the MADLANGA committee.
Wabaleka. Awuphinde uzame. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Hello, Mr. Arnold.
Yes, sir, how are you?
Hello, Sister Emily.
Hi, how are you?
It's good to be back here online with you guys.
Thank you.
I'm calling from Durban. My name is Rivak.
Oh,
Hi.
yeah.
I just want to comment on. Hi, how are you? I just want to comment about Mr. Fidel. My take is that this guy is in trouble. Number one, he said that he found the intelligence report was thrown underneath his door. And my understanding is that those offices in the parliamentary buildings, they are all covered with cameras. You understand?
Yeah.
So that it's very easy to know whoever had an access. Because for you to have the access to those offices, you pass through 2 checks, and then you go and then you enter, and all the offices are under camera. So then they'll be able to establish who actually came with that intelligence report and passed it under his door. That's number one. Number two, when he was asked to come and verify the information or to come and explain how he got the message, the information, he never came. He refused to come. Because he knows that the moment when he walks into there, he will not be able to answer the questions that you are supposed to answer. So there's a person behind that guy. That guy was used as a spokesperson. Like, I know how to talk. Give it to me, and I'll be able to get all the credit and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the question is, when you receive intelligence information, it's written on the paper or on the envelope, top secret. You don't need to open it. You don't need to even to open it. You're not allowed. The only thing that you can do, you can go and leave it at the police station. You say, this is the classified information. I cannot even ask you to open it. I'm giving it to people that are supposed to go and in it. And those people can give it to the relevant authorities. That's number one. But for me, Brian Mogotsi is very cunning and is very sly. That's my take. I think when the minister called the brigadier, MKHWANAZI to come to Gauteng and have a deal with this guy here. Me, I think that Brad to entice Brown Mogotsi was being spent by the minister to entice MKHWANAZI to become part of the cabal. Do you understand? And then they failed to sack in MKHWANAZI. You understand? Because the minister was not going to come out openly to him. He had to send somebody to work. I think that's his job. That Mogotsi, if he wants to bring in something into their circle, he is the one that does the dirty work, not the minister. So that you don't have to, like he didn't want to leave a paper trail. You understand? That will link that the minister is the one who's sending this guy so that they can entice him. When all this failed, then he had no option but to call himself to say, come to my house, and then you will talk face to face with no other people. Do you understand? Because they tried, but then he was not accepting the bait. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then it all became clear when he was in that house with the minister that there is no conversation between a criminal and a police officer.
Yes.
There the story ended. Do you understand? The story, then it ended there. They tried by all means to suck in so that MKHWANAZI can become a small Sibiya or something like that. They can be in one group. Because once MKHWANAZI and them are on one side, they know that MKHWANAZI also is in a good relationship with KHUMALO. So they've got control of that whole department and all the task force and everything. But the moment when he refused to be part of that, then there was no value of the KZN task team. It had to be disbanded. Do you understand?
Yes.
So it's very tricky. Now, the worst part of it is that if you see those screenshots that were being shown in the commission, the last one by Brian Mogotsi, which was a copy and paste from Mr. Mkunu's phone, it's actually written there, Zedum to Brian Mogotsi, and then that message was being communicated to Mazala. It's there, the minister's name and number and everything. The message that was sent by the minister to Brian Mogotsi, and then Mogotsi did a screenshot of that message to Kate Mazala. You understand?
Yeah.
My check is this. Tunu is not coming back. He's dead and buried. There's no way he's going to come out of this life. It's gone.
Yeah.
And even Sibiya is gone. There's no way he's going to come back from this. No matter how they can try to spin it, I know that currently at the moment they are sitting down with their lawyers trying to map up their defense and stuff like that. But there's no way they can come back from this one. They're dead and buried. Buried.
Yes.
And I believe that guy, because when they established this commission, the president said, if there are any issues that need immediate attention, that you can instruct that these people can be arrested. I think they should start with that guy from Parliament, and then they would also go to those guys who gave Masala, read the blue light, and registered them. And then they could also work on the case of that guy who was the guy who reported he was suspended. The irony of it. You report a case, instead of you being complimented, then you are being suspended. And the person that committed an offense is transferred to another department. No question, no action taken. That needs to be addressed very quickly. You don't need any, the evidence is there. The proof is there. Everything is there. So why was that person not taken out of the system or even charged? I don't know. I don't know what you say or what you think, but that's my thought process.
Thank you very much.
That's my thought process.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anand family. It's absolutely good morning.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So yeah, our brain cells are waking.
All is alleged.
Everything is
alleged.
It's a thought process.
It's a thought process. Yeah, we are just connecting the dots. We are not saying we know. We don't know anything. All is alleged. Right, Bafetu. Thank you, Nikita. Say thank you, Mamfunega. I've mentioned you. Tobeka D. Siyabonga. Backyard Mechanic. Siyabonga. Sizwe 18. Siyabonga membership. Romana athi nje Emily bamba now drink. God bless you. Romana siyabonga. Thank you. Messi number 2. Siyabonga. Messi number 2. BBM. The moderator, member, Sibonge. Thank you, Sibonge. And to be saying Maja, thank you, Mamzita, Sibonga. Sibanda, Sengumbenshin, Furufero, Fedisani, Sibonga, Furufero. Umzwake, I've mentioned you. Vivian Morim, it's been a while, Vivian, since I read your name here. Sibonga membership. Sibonga nje nokuthi ubusa se green. Diatile Mlungwana. Thank you, siyabonga. Bani simshiya mzwakhe Hadebe, siyawuradebe, siyabonga. Sibonga kakhulu Malinga. Sibonga nje lapho ku Rivak Chihande. Mr. No and Emily, do not even waste your time. Okay, Spirit Sibonge futhi nala ku Colin Nosep noma ehambe nje esediniwe. Sibonge makuthi usasekhona noma usehambile siyabonga.
Time heals.
Yeah, time heals. MZ siyabonga MZ sibonga kakhulu isandla dlula ekhanda. Muhadi Modika siyabonga Muhadi. So madoda undanzi Leya. Thank you Amelia. Thank you siyabonga Amelia. Sivala kanjalo nje indaba ivala kanjalo hlanjiwe sibanda uthi kushubile uhlanziwe. Madoda sibonga kakhulu. Thank you very much all of you. I know you're still calling. Tomorrow we are here. We haven't affirmed time, but we're going to be here taking on the other part. There was a lot to unpack on this one. Probably there's going to be a lot to unpack on that one. Don't miss it. Set your alert because we don't know of the time when we're going to finish. We need to prepare. So set your alert and kanjalo, press the like button, subscribe. Please don't forget to subscribe. You're not even pressing the like button only. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video and become a member if you can. And we appreciate all of you. Everything you do is appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And also like the video, please.
The correctional case was a presidential-led investigation.